Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another video on Super Dog TV. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel where you'll find the most comprehensive dog training videos in Turkey. I'm King Guler, an expert trainer. In today's video, dear subscribers, what is punishment? Cooper, no. How often is it used? For example, punishment is this, the sound of no. Just now I saw Cooper lifting a huge plank and I said, no, don't carry that up here. So as soon as I saw it in the distance, I said, no. Then Cooper dropped it, and I thought, so I've taught him, no, well, good job me. Quote. It means we need to teach our dogs certain things at the right time. Dear subscribers, two sounds are very important here. One is the sound of good job. Good job, my boy. Good job, my girl. Very good, bravo. Quote. The dog thinks, wow, this guy is making great sounds. It puts the dog in a good mood, as if he'll give rewards soon. The second is no, which means, I was just about to jump, but I'm not jumping. It means this guy doesn't want it. I had just picked up the plank. I had just picked up the piece of wood to gnaw on. This guy doesn't want that. So we need to teach our dog these two sounds very well. Whether you have a Chihuahua, a Poodle, or a kangaroo, dear subscribers, it's all the same. So you won't forget this. I'm a dog owner. Okay? As a dog owner, I will reward my dog very well when the time comes. Well done. Well done. Well done. When the dog hears, well done, it will get excited, it will go crazy. It will say, wow, a reward came. How do you do this? Let's think about it. Of course, you do it with food first. Most dogs have good appetites. Even if they don't have an appetite during puppyhood, they will get hungry at some point. When they get hungry, you chop up a tasty treat and give it to them. Yesterday I had an online class. We were working with a lady. She said, teacher, we're doing the sit thing. We're doing the wait thing. We're doing the look thing. We're doing the paw thing. I can't get them to lie down. Quote. I said, teacher, when you sit, do you put it under your leg? There's a technique like that. She said, teacher, I did it. She looked at me like this. I asked, what are you using? He said, treats. I said, well, this dog already gets treats when it sits. It needs something different when it lies down so that it's worth it. Quote. He asked, so what are we going to do? I said, chop up some sausages. I said, chop up some cheese. And so on. What are we teaching the dog, dear subscribers? Even the most unenthusiastic dog, the most reluctant dog, we're actually teaching it the good boy sound. What do some trainers teach? They teach clicker, click treat, click treat. We say, good boy. Look, the animal is affected. Did you see? When it hears that sound, it says, aha, I did it, and my reward is coming. The first sound we'll teach is this. The good boy sound. The second is the no sound. Dear subscribers, there are two elements in the no sound. The first is the tone of our voice. That is, when appropriate, we say, good boy, and the dog thinks, what kind of dog is this? I'll go to this dog. Quote. But if you've noticed, my no's are quite authoritative and clear. So, the dog needs to feel it at that moment. Because the dog doesn't understand Turkish. You can say, no, or shish, or pear. What difference does it make? The important thing is to make the sound authoritatively. That's why we generally use this sound in cafes, or when visiting someone. We use the no sound so that the dog understands that it's doing something wrong. This person never accepts that. As I said, you'll choose a sound for yourself. For example, no, or don't. Anyway, unlike good job, you need to say this sound more authoritatively so the dog understands. But you'll say, but sir, I'm shouting, I'm making this hand gesture, I'm saying, no, for example. Hopefully, it will be seen. Say it, candy. Candy. No, did you see? PA. He dropped the piece of wood in his mouth. That's what I'm talking about, our valued subscribers. Good job. No, good job to you. Very good. The piece of wood is a model. Now play freely. Freely. Play freely, girl, piece of wood. My valued subscribers, the important thing is how we will teach this sound. So, when teaching this sound, we need to physically intervene with the dog. Good boy. How did we teach it? Good boy food, good boy ball, good boy affection. When the dog hears, good boy, it thinks, I'm going to go to this guy. Okay? But no, we absolutely need to put a collar on its neck. And along with the no sound, an authoritative no, a clearer no, what do we need to do? Dear subscribers, we need to pull and release the collar around its neck. A proper leash will do the job here. Now you'll say, teacher, you have a leather leash. I have a poodle. My dog bites, but the poodle is 1 kilo. There needs to be something you can hold. Tie a ribbon to it. How much is this? Something 1 meter 20 centimeters long. When you use this, Candy, come here. My model. Where's your ring? There's a normal neck collar. Dear subscribers, it needs to be something you can hold. Okay? Once you have something you can hold, it's easy to apply the no sound as a deterrent. That's our main point. We said no, didn't we? Let's touch it and let go in the same way, and the dog says, what happened? I heard a sound saying, no. This happened to me. Then whatever I'm doing, I'll stop. I don't want this to happen again. Quote, when we focus on this sound, for example, it doesn't want to go. No, click. That's it. Come here, Candy. Good girl. After the dog learns these things, it's free, my girl. After the dog learns these things, our sound remains. Our valued subscribers, it's important to teach this sound correctly. To teach it correctly, you need to focus on it very seriously. Maybe you've heard of it. Say a sound saying, no. Put a stone in a leash. Throw it near the dog. Now, maybe you can scare the dog, but if that leash is gone tomorrow, your no won't mean anything anymore. But you said, no, you pulled the leash. You said, no, you lightly touched the leash. You said, no, you clicked it. Tomorrow, when you're walking your dog on the street and it attacks a cat, you'll say, no, give it a quick tap, and the dog will think, okay, I heard, no, look what happened. You teach, no, when you work on different scenarios. For example, you teach it at home. Don't climb on the couch. No, it gets off. Good job. You teach it at home. Don't go into the bedroom. It goes in. No, it leaves. Good job. You teach it. But how do you do it in the park? You do it while walking it on a leash. If you use this technique while walking it on a leash, you'll progress very quickly. But if you say, I'll just keep throwing it around, you can't throw it around in a cafe. Or they say, hit its nose, hit its butt, say, no, squeeze its cheeks. Where are you going to apply this? You can't apply it anywhere. Because you can't apply it, the dog won't ignore your no. Because it doesn't care, you'll inevitably have problems. Now, of course, you learn to bend a tree while it's young. Because a tree is best bent while it is young, I recommend starting this at an early age. As soon as a dog comes home, even at 2 months old, it will be tearing things apart, biting hands and feet, and wetting and pooping at 2 months old. It will create countless excuses to avoid making you say, no. Therefore, I strongly recommend starting as soon as it arrives home. Dear subscribers, if you want more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you soon. Regards. Yeah.